Hello, what's up, guys? Can you guys see me? Just give me a minute. Let me just test see if this is going live or not. Uh, how do I check that? Uh, is there a link for this? Copy, paste. Let's see. Mm, mm, I think it's working. Yes, so this is working. I just checked on my phone and it's good. Two people watching. It's probably just me on my phone. Perfect. Let me just see if this is a readable font. So I'm checking on my mobile. So if you guys can see it, if I can see it on my phone, you guys can definitely see it on your computers. Go away, go away. Let's see. Hold up. So today we're gonna build we're just gonna do a quick, not quick or hopefully quick, just a React. Looks pretty much the overall everything in React. This seems like a good font. Okay, we can start. All right, let's start. Uh, so I went ahead and just did a simple npx create React app. If you guys don't remember, it's just npx create dash React dash app, and then you give it a name. So name dash app, and then just give it a couple minutes, and this will populate by itself. So what I did was I created API keys, and I'm exporting that. So that has two of my API keys, and today we'll be doing we'll use two APIs real quick, or try to make it really quick. The first API is Darksky API. So Darksky API, you can use this to pretty much get the forecast. Pretty much get like a forecast, yeah, pretty much for weather conditions, forecast, precipitation, everything. So so the idea for this app is just to get like a 5-day forecast based on whatever location you search. And then so this API takes in, let's see if you can see it real quick. So the way this API works is it takes in the forecast. It takes in the API key and then the latitude and longitude. So usually you want to type in the name of the location, so like New York or California, and you can't really put that here. So this requires an exact like location, as you can see here. So to get the location, we will need another API. So I found a free API. It's called locationiq.com, or just locationiq. And if you guys if you scroll down, we can see that this just gives you a simple location of longitude and latitude. So this yeah. So if you look it up, this will pretty much give you all the possible places of with the names of Statue of Liberty. So the first one is New York, and we have a couple other ones as you can see on the map. So it says JSON output. So if you click it, you can actually see the JSON output, which is just seems like it's just an array of objects. So we'll just go with the first one, with the first match, and hopefully that is the right location. So yeah. So we're gonna use two APIs. You guys can check it out if you want, and yeah, just mess around with it. So let's get started. So first things first. After you do the npx, we're just gonna do npm start. After you npm start, this is gonna show up every time. So usually this comes with stuff that you don't really need. So let's just clean that up. Oh my god, my computer is really slow just because I'm running. Just because of the thing I'm running to stream this, it's making computer really slow. Let's take this out. So deleted that. What else we need? We don't need this. We don't need that. This one doesn't matter. And yeah, index is fine. And then we don't need this. Go away. Oh my god. Go away. I don't want to see this. Okay, so I think that is good. And then we'll go to, which one should we go to? Let's go app.js. So as you can see, it's a old school function. So let's change that up. Um, what should we delete? Let's just delete everything. Let's just give it hello world. Good old hello world. And this is importing our SVG, which we deleted, so we don't need that no more. This has some styling on it already. We'll keep it, but we'll just delete all the styles here. Just delete all that for now, and then we'll put a little bit of styling at the end, maybe, if I'm on the mood. As you can see, this is trying to refresh, but my computer's going berserk. Okay, so we clean that up, and what else do we need to clean up? We don't worry about this, we don't have to worry about this. This is fine, just leave it. Index.js, this is already set up. So this is the thing that gets injected into the HTML. So index.js, react.render. So this function renders our app, which is pretty much the app.js we have over there, which has just a hello world for now. And then it gets the element called at index, and that root is just a empty div with the ID root. And all of your React literally goes in that little thing, in that little div. So that's how that thing works. We don't need this. Let's delete this. Service workers, setup test, you leave that, ignore that. So we can close public. We have just app, and this is where we imports components. So let's make a component folder. Component. Let's make a COMPONE. I'm missing an N. COMPONENTS. Components. So this will have a couple of components. This will we'll just house everything here. So let's just turn to a regular app, the one that we are used to. So just make an arrow function real quick, and this should go away unless I forgot how to make an arrow function. Yeah, this should go away. I don't know where the hello world went, but so on the left it's going to show up in a minute. So while that's working, let's just create a component. Let's create a header component. Just give it a header, or let's do a search. So on the top, the way I'm thinking about it, SEARCH, search.jsx. So what I'm thinking is we're gonna have like a little search box here where you can search for a location, and then you have a button here. You click it, and then here it'll just pretty much give you the forecast, like a 5-day forecast or just 1-day forecast, whatever the APIs, whichever is easier from the API. So this hello world should show up here somewhere anytime now, any day now. Come on. Okay, there we go, hello world. So search, and every time you make a thing, you always got to import. If you don't remember, like I don't remember right now, just copy and paste. Just copy and paste, and then do a little bit of what do you call that? What is this? What is this? What is this formatting? Where's my thing? Not this. Hello, VS Code. What is it? No. What is it? Where's my thingy? Oh, VS Code. Okay. Don't want to give me my thing. Where's my search button? View command palette. Okay. Format document. Still space. What's it called? Space. What is it called? Tabs. No, it's format document. Yeah, format document. Where the hell is it? Gotta go full screen, and then it's gonna show up here somewhere. Spaces. There we go. God damn it. Alright, so now we have a little shorter one, and everything got boarded. Oh shit. Not FCS, FJS. Okay, and okay, this is just a. So let's do some changes on this. This is gonna be search box. So let's do search, class name search. Sure. I am a search box. You know what? Let's just give it a search box. So we'll just give it an input. So this is regular HTML. You guys, I'm pretty sure, are aware of this. Input is just type. Let's do a text, and we'll just close that off. We'll do a placeholder, just so we know what it is. This is enter search or search location. Search location, and this should show up here any day now. Come on, man, hurry up. Actually, it will not show up because we never imported. So when we make so we made a component here called search, and we just put a simple input box. Now let's import that. Let's put all the imports up top, and then import. What is this called? Search. Search from. Let's do a dot slash. I believe it's dot slash. Components. Hello. Dot slash components. Okay. Slash. Come on. Search. Yeah. What the hell? Alright, this is taking forever. What? That JSX. What happened? Can't resolve app.css. Oh. I'm like, what? So the problem was that it was importing CSS from this root directory, but since we're in the components folder, the search box is in the component folder. It's not the right path for it, so it was giving that error with the CSS. But we don't have to worry about that. So now we can see our search box is going to show up. So while that takes forever to load, let's go ahead and show our display or display weather. The weather display. Let's make English is hard. Weather display. Weather display.jsx. So we have weather weather display. So it's going to copy this, import. Let's just change everything here to weather display. And come on, man, where are you? Work with me. So this one does not want to work with me. These things are pretty difficult to work with. So this is the weather display. So we're gonna import here. We're gonna import another component, and this is going to be we'll call it weather.jsx. So this would be like pretty much today's weather. So we're gonna change a couple things here again. Let's make it weather. Where is it? Oh, I never put it. Oh man. So we imported, but we actually never put it here. So let's get rid of this. Let's put our search component. And let's see the magic. Any day now. So voila, we see a search. We're missing the button. So let's put a input. Let's just do a button, and then we'll make it search. And then we'll need to put an on click here somewhere, or in a minute. So we'll leave that for now. So let's actually just show the display of it real quick, and then we'll do all the other state and everything in a minute. Weather from, where are we? // hello, weather. Man, come on, weather. Alright, you know what? Hopefully that works. And this is gonna be a weather. this will just be weather, and then this weather doesn't say anything right now. Let's do space. Let's do space. This is just the weather. What the hell is this? Okay, this weather is going to show just cold. Let's just say cold for now. Import weather, export. So we do have a weather display, but you don't see it here just because we have not actually imported to the app.js. So let's do that, and then we are making moves. Weather display from components. Weather display. So I'm going a little bit fast, but I think you guys I'm sure know what I'm doing here. Can result components. .js. So I'm going to assume I'm not going too fast, and I don't know why there's an error here. Just going to assume this isn't too fast. Weather display. So we haven't done any state or any logic yet. We're just pretty much just having the components show up on the page for now, and that should give us a weather display with cold written on it. Sorry, this thing is so slow. My computer is so slow right now just because I'm running OBS to stream this. And next up, what do we want? So yeah, we see cold. So what I'm thinking is we're going to what do you call that? So let's see this. Let's see this API real quick. So this is dark sky. So we want a 5-day forecast. So let's see if we have a 5-day forecast. We see a daily. Cool. 5-day forecast anywhere? No. Forecast request wind speed time. Is there a 5-day anywhere? There should be a 5-day somewhere here. Daily alerts, minutely. We don't need that. Time machine request, minutes example request. What is this? Daily. Oh man, where the hell is? Wait, you can't do daily? Yes, you can. Sorry, I didn't look at the the documentation before starting this. This should give us a daily. I mean, daily as in like a 5-day day, 5-day daily. What the hell? Request parameters exclude. We don't see a weekly type of thing. When in doubt, just Google Darksky API weekly or 5-day forecast. Darksky API 5-day. Daily weather with Darksky API. That's shown. So I think this is pretty much you want to use daily, not currently. You know what, whatever. We're gonna use the API, and then that's it. If it shows 1 day, we'll just do 1 day. So what's next? We have search. We have search button, and then we have this. So now let's connect and let's make some logic on it. So our app.js holds the search box as well as the weather display, and the weather display holds the weather component. So we do have a little bit of components holding another component and stuff like that. So we have no logic right now, and to get logic and state, we have to first turn this into a class component. So we do a class app. What is it? Class app extends React dot components. It's a capital C. And that should work. It almost works. So what we gotta do is we gotta do a render function, and inside the render we can do a return call, right? You guys remember that? And then that should work. Let's just see if it works, which I think it works. Oh my god, this thing forever. For real? Yeah, it works. Okay. So now we can work with state. We can just do what was it? Constructor. You don't need this, but it's like back then you needed this, but you don't need it no more. But let's just put it for now. I'll show you both of the. Is it constructor? Isn't it constructor? I think it is. Let's see if it works. I'm forgetting stuff. And then this dot state, and then we'll create an object. So we'll do a test is equal to working, and then we'll just pretty much show a. We'll just show a paragraph, and then let's do a this dot state dot test. So we're just putting we're just trying to display the test value from our state, and this thing should freaking refresh. Okay, while that is working, which should work, another way you can do this is all you need is this dot state. You don't need to put constructor or super. Yeah, so this will show up whenever it shows up. So let's just get started on the API real quick. Let's see how do we make the calls actually. So we need a key, and I already went ahead and made a API key.js, which has the key for this, and as well as the other API. And then now we need latitude longitude, so we got to connect these two APIs. And yep, it's working. So yeah, so we pulled the state, we pulled whatever was in test, and we displayed it up top. So this was just a test, and let's give it. Let's just turn this into a header h1. Let's put this dot state. Let's just do heading is equal to dark sky API and location. What is it called? Location IQ API. So we're just going to show the display, and instead of doing this dot state dot display, we can do something similar where we just pull out. We can use the deconstructing. We can just deconstruct the state. So we can do something like const heading. Oops, I forgot to deconstruct. Heading. Const heading is equal to this dot state. So this deconstruct pretty much just means instead of putting a dot after the state, like this dot state dot something, you take out the dot and you replace it over here, and now you have access to. Is it called heading? Yeah, it's called heading. So yeah, I put display here, which is not showing anything because there is no display. So now you can just use heading, and it should pop up any day. Yeah, that will pop up. So yeah, it's gonna pop up. So let's try to connect Darksky and API. How should we go about this? So we know we have a search component. So the search is here, but our state lives up here. So what we have to do is we have to create a search object, and for now let's make it empty. So now we can pass props to search. So first thing we will pass is the search value. So we could just do search is equal, actually not search. Se, let's do input is equal to, and we're gonna pass in search, but we don't have search just yet. Let's deconstruct this search. So now we're passing the prop called input to search. Okay, and what else we need to pass? We need to pass another. We need to pass a. We have to pass. So we pass the search value. Now we have to pass in the on change value. So every time the user types it in, we want to update the state here. So let's do a change function, or I don't want to write handle. So usually just for the test, you guys can just write handle change. For now, I'm just gonna do change or search. Change search seems reasonable. We're gonna deconstruct it again, but since the on change function will live outside of it, we can't just do this dot state. So for this, we'll just put a this dot change search. I'm running out of space, and I spelled both those words wrong. CHANGSEARCH. So how many minutes has this been? I don't want to take too much time, so let's see. 25 minutes. Holy shit. Okay. Wow. Let's go a little bit faster now. So let's do a in a class. Remember, you guys don't have to put const, but in a functional component, you do have to put a const. So change search, we can put an arrow, and we are going to put a input. Input meaning the event, like whatever's changing. So we do E. E is the event. So we are going to do E. We don't have to prevent default. So we can, for starters, we can just console log. But since this thing is so slow, we are not going to worry about the console log. We're just going to change the state right away. So we can do this dot state, or actually set state. To change state, remember, it's just this dot set state, and we can just put in search, and we're going to put e dot target dot targt dot value. So this function just takes in e, which is an event, and then in the event thing, we're gonna go into the target, and we're gonna get the value, and we're gonna update the search. So that's done. Search change input. So this is gonna update the state every time, and we are passing it down to search component. So let's actually use it in the search component. So nothing shows up here because this thing is super slow. So we have a button, and in order to use props, we got to pass in props in our function. So let's do not props. Let's do a on. Well, this one's an on click. This one is an on change. So to make it look a little bit neater, we'll just pull these out at the bottom. We'll do on change is equal to props dot. Let's see if this is going to give us access to it. No, you don't want to give it to us. So we see we have input and change. Those are the two things that the names we gave it. Let's check again just to make sure. So yeah, this is called input. Input is the state search, and the function change search function is just called change search. So let's just go back to that. Search dot location. So on change, we're gonna put in change. Not on change, we're gonna put in change search. We're gonna put in change search, so that should change the thing. And then we're gonna put a value. The value is going to be the value is going to be the current state. So props dot input is what we called it, and hopefully this thing loads up real quick. So while that is working, let's open up the dev tools. Let's open up the dev tools, and then let's go to components, and we have the app, which is going to have the state. So let's check the state. So as we update, this should update along with it, and voila, it's not working. Okay, for some reason it's not working. So the reason it's not working is because we have to call the function. Every time this thing updates, we have to call the function. So just remember, for a test, if it's not working, just make it an arrow function and call the function inside of it. Which this pretty much means that every time something changes here, it's going to call this function. It's going to pass in the event for this input, and then it's going to call this function, which is going to be called up top at app.js. So that function, what does get called here at search, this anonymous function gets called, which just returns props.change search, and then that function gets called up top at app, which changes the so this function gets called, and then this will change the state. And where the hell is it? Okay, where is the components? Where are the components? Components. Hello. Hello, components. Components. Okay, there we go. So now this should work. And as we can see, it's changing. And then if we clear it, it clears as well, right? Yep. Okay. So good. So now this is going to put in location. So like we'll search for New York, and it should give us the weather for New York, which is currently brick. And okay, so the change search function is working. We've successfully passed down the state, and we have successfully passed down a handle change function to the search component. And we saw that it was not working. The first time we tried it, it was not working. So the reason it wasn't working because we had to call the function up top. So we just turned into a anonymous function, passed in a event or a parameter, and then call the function up top at app.js with the same parameter. So for the test, pretty much, if it doesn't work, and if you pass down a function it doesn't work, put it in an error function. Put it in an anonymous error function, and then it should work, hopefully. But don't quote me on that. So our search is good. We need a on click for search. So we have a button here. Let's just go ahead and do on click, and this will complain about errors. So we are going to first let's try with just sub submit. So first let's try without doing like anonymous thing, and if this doesn't work, then we know that we have to turn into an anonymous function. So let's do I just called it a submit. This is just going to make the network calls pretty much. So for now, let's do console log. Console log. Getting data. Getting data. And then let's pass that down to the search. So this is going to be, what did I name it? These two things are in my way. Let's close this to give more space. So this is called, what the hell? So this is, wait, where am I? Submit, and then I wanted to call it what? Submit, okay. So let's do submit. Hopefully it's not a keyword, or a reserved word, I mean. SUB, submit. So now this function should be passed. Let's see if we click it, it should search. If this thing would load. We get an error. So yes, we're getting data, which is also pretty much equivalent to getting money. Let's see how far are we. You know what, doesn't matter how far we are. We know that's working. I have a little issue with this. You know what, we delete that. Sorry, give me a second. Okay. Yeah, everything works. Okay. So localhost. So this, you know, we're not gonna worry about the error. So we know this thing is working. One thing we're missing is the Axios. So actually, let's go ahead and get the Axios to make network calls. Ls. To get Axios is npmi Axios, and we need the Axios. So we're going to import Axios from Axios. So this will take a second, and once that is done, once this has installed, this will not give an error. Come on. Alright, let me just not touch it for a second. Okay, it's loading. Let's go. Man, we don't got all day, hurry up. Okay, this is done. Yes, npm start. And hurry up. So our Axios will now give us an error, and we are going to use our Axios here every time we submit, which is going to get the value here, and it's going to make the API call. It's going to make two API calls, and then it's going to display the weather for that location. So what we got to do is, let's see, what should we do? Let's open up the files. So now we got to work with, actually, let's just make the Axio calls right now, and then we will, actually, let me leave it so this thing actually starts. So now we're going to make the API call, and we are going to work with the API. We're going to put the key in there. We're going to put the string. We're going to make two API calls, make the API call, and then we get the location, the latitude, longitude, and then we got to put that, after we get that data, we got to put that back into another API and then make another request. So two requests before we can show any data, which is not bad. Could be worse. Axios is defined but never used. Good. So no errors. Axios is defined. Let's see. What should we do first? Let's just actually change it to something meaningful. Making network request. Making network request. So here we are going to turn this into a async function. Remember, guys, async awaits. If you guys remember that, then you guys are OGs. So where is the URL string? So the URL string is this. But before we can do this, we have to make a location call. So let's just do a const. Actually, not a const. We gotta do a let. Is it a let? Is it a const? What is it? Man, let's do const. Const dark sky URL is equal to quotes. Actually, we're not doing quotes. We're doing string interpolation, so we can do that. And for now, we'll just leave it as it is for now. So let's get. So we're going to pull in the state. So every time you click submit, it's gonna make the request. So we're going to need the location name, which is housed in here, in our state. So const state. Actually, let's just destructure this. So location is equal to this dot state dot search. Okay, so we cannot do the construction because we didn't name it location. So let's do search location. So search location, we have access to search location, and we are going to console.log out just to see it. Instead of going like 10 steps ahead and then console logging after 10 steps, I like to console log after every step, so you know exactly where you messed up. Search, we have Darksky URL. We're going to need the locations URL, location IQ. So where is this? Where's the freaking location? Dashboard. It's gonna show my thing maybe. Open. What is that? Token. I don't know what token. I just need the URL. Just give me the freaking URL, man. Hold up. Let me search the URL real quick. Okay, we got the URL. Don't worry about how I got the URL. It's a secret. It's a secret. Const location URL. Let's make a caps URL. Location URL is equal to string interpolation, and then we're going to put this, and this will take a couple of different things. So just to make it, actually not make it neater, but just clear this stuff up. So we gotta change the token keys, and search string. The search string is pretty much this. Now search location. So hopefully this works. So a couple things we got to change is the key. So in the key we're going to put the API key for did I import it? I have not imported it. Import IMP or T API from, I think it's outside API keys. Yep, it's from API keys, so it should be API dot location URL, and then our search string, which, as we mentioned, it's our search location, which is whatever the user types into the search input. So here we're going to put in search location and format.json. That's good. So now let's put in the Darksky API key, which is at API dot show me the files, Darksky URL, good. And then latitude, longitude, so this is to be determined. For now, let's put in like a test. Let's just put in like a test latitude, longitude. So for that, let's just get like, you know what, let's not even do that. Let's just, I think it's right here. Yeah. So this is for New York, pretty much. Not pretty much, it is for New York. Go away. And then we're going to put the, yep. So let's just test stuff out. So we are going to have to console log these things, and we are got, so it's good to put it in a try catch, just in case it fails. If it fails, you know, you can show that, oh, sorry, it's not working. Too bad. Location, LOCATION, data. So we're going to console log location data. This is going to be a const location data. This is a little messy, but you guys know what this is, what all this is. So Axios, I believe is just axios.get, and then you put in location URL, and then we can console log location data, and then now we can make the Darksky API call. So we're not putting the location latitude longitude just yet. console dot log. So let's console log the darks. You know what? Just say weather data, and then we gotta actually make the call. So const weather data. Const weather data is equal to await axios anxious axios.get, and we are getting the dark sky URL, and hopefully if both of these works, we should get some stuff. No, close, go away. Search is not defined. Source.app 25. Search location it is. LOCATI. You attempt to import API keys which falls outside the project source directory. Okay, so the thing is, it says that it's outside the ape source file folder, so we just gotta put it inside the source folder. And now it is inside the source folder right here. So now it should not update imports. Yes, just update. Now it should work just fine. Let's just refresh, and then let's hit the button search. So that should give us a location. It should give us an array of objects, which is going to be an array of locations. The first location URL is going to give us object array of objects, and then the second console log should be just the Darksky API, and it's going to bring the data for New York City's weather. So let's get the location for New York, just to kind of get a match for it. Oh my god. Search location php.kit undefined, key is undefined. So I thought we did this. Key is undefined API location.url. console dot log API dot what? Okay, let's move it. Let's move it forward real quick. Let me just see something real quick. How did I structure it? Oh, it's capitals. Okay. You know what? It was capitals, not that. Why is it not working? Where's my test? Just give me 1 second, guys. Let me just see what node test. Oh, my requires fucked up. Okay, now it will show up. Okay, so the way I named it was all caps Darksky API and then location that underscore API. For some reason this is not giving me the suggestion. So it's the API dot. Now it wants to give me stupid VS Code, man. Location API. Okay, let's try that one more time. npm start. So this was supposed to work the first time, but you know how it is. As soon as it starts, just give it a second. So we're actually kind of almost done with this. We just need these two things to work, and then we have to render it. Well, after we get this, we're gonna have to put it in the state, and then we're going to pass it to the weather display, and then we're gonna render each of the data or a data into the weather component. So let's try it one more time. New York. Search course. What? What the? With MIME type application block course. We got a course error. Oh man. Cross origin read blocking course error. Origin hasn't blocked by course wasn't no central origin requested source. For some reason we need a course. Why do we need a course? Anyway, the first one worked, I believe. Yep, the first one worked. It gave us an array of locations. So this one is 40.71, 74.00. Let's just kind of match that with this. Pretty close. 42, 71. This was 40, 74. Kind of off, but kind of close, kind of off. Yeah, it's kind of close. Alright, so we got an object with this. This is good. Some reason this course error is giving a course error. Request. So I gotta put a course on this. Let me check out the API real quick. Or let's check out the API real quick. Course, come on. Seriously? All this stupid shit. Cache expires, X forecast, API calls, course error. Oh man, why do we need a course? I don't get why we're gonna course error when if we just copy and paste this example request, it will work. Oh, permission denied. Okay. Wait, they must have done that just now because I think it was just working earlier. I feel like they must have done that just now because it was working earlier. Okay, if that's not gonna work, we'll just do a free weather API. No key. I don't want no keys, man. Hurry up. It's free weather APIs. Open weather map. So let's see if this is free or easy to use. So this has a 16-day forecast. Okay, this seems 5-day forecast. Okay, cool. This is what we want. Can we get it? Do we need a key? Call it. What the hell, man? Wait, is it this easy? We recommend to call API by city ID to get wait, is it this easy? What the hell is this XML file? Just give me JSON. Let's just change this mode to a JSON then. Where the hell's mode? Mode is JSON. Okay, error, nice. That's what I like to see. Oh, JSON. How do you get the JSON? I don't need XML, I just need JSON. Parameters of API response, JSON, but that does not give work. Forecast 5, just give us the API. Subscribe, is this free? Oh, you know what, this is probably not free. Oh, there is a free. 60 calls per minute. Availability 90%. Cool. Get API key and start. Sign up. Start using API for free. If you need more features, you know, use it. Okay, how do you sign up? Yeah, I'm over 16. Why do you have to be over 16 to use this? I don't know. Let me go ahead and make this real quick. Just give me a second, guys. So I'm just making the API or the account real quick. Password doesn't match the confirmation password. Okay. I'm 16. Yes. I just turned 16. create account. Welcome, you have signed successfully. Say whatever. Purpose. What the hell? This is traveling. Save. Actually, you know what? It doesn't matter. I could just show you the API key, and I could just delete it afterwards. So okay, we have this API key, which I'm going to copy. Where is where's the docs? Where the docs at? 5-day forecast. Come on, hurry up. I want it in JSON, man. Come on. Where is the URL? Just give me the URL. Is ID the thing? City, that's the ID. Latitude, longitude. Yep, that's exactly what we need. But where's the freaking thing? Oh my god, where is the API key? API ID, I think, is the key. So let's go back to this thing real quick. This is probably the key. So let's try the same thing, but with my key. And okay, good. So yeah, that is the API key. App ID is the key. So am I right? What if you change this? It should be access denied. Oh no, it works every time. Never mind, I lied. Where is the? Where was I? Don't give me. Wait, where's? Am I missing it? I guess I'm just taking out. What am I taking out? Fucking error. Latitude, this could be 40 and then 71. I think it's negative 71 actually. Where's the API key? And app ID is equal to oh my god. Oh, equal to. No, I did put equal to. 5 forecast, latitude, longitude. Looks pretty same. Looks pretty similar. Am I missing something? Invalid API key, but that's not the API key. Wait, what? Current weather. Give me the stupid freaking weather. Just give me the weather. I don't want an example. Just give me how do you make the call? Alright, this documentation sucks. Guide me. It's useless ass documentation. Okay. Word up with the API key, freaking stupid shit. Yeah, don't do this in the test, guys. Kind of wasting time not showing it, but I'll let you know when to skip this whole stuff. If you're still here, I don't know where this stupid API key is. Where do I put it? Where do I put it? Where do I put the stupid API key? Fudge. Geographic coordinates. I'm missing something. And app ID is equal to something, which is the key that I was given. Wasn't that the key I was given? Stupid shit. This is what I wanted, a 5-day forecast. Oh my god. This thing is garbage. Yo, your documentation sucks. What is this? I don't care. Just give me a new one. Yeah, just give me a new one. Name. Work. Generate. Alright, this better work, man. Should be the query. Invalid API key. What are you talking about? Let's actually visit this then. Where is it? Your API key is not activated within the next couple hours. Oh my god, it'll take a couple hours to get activated. Holy shit. To get paid apps, for example, 16-day historical weather. Weather maps 2.0. Please check your tariff and your pricing condition. Okay. So maybe we just didn't have access to that. $10 per location. So what do we have access to? Like hourly, daily, 3-hour forecast. So okay. We don't have hourly. We don't have daily. We have 3-hour forecast. So what does that mean? 3-hour forecast. So that's the only thing we have access to. Let's go to docs. Where the freaking is docs? So, 3-hour forecast? 5-day forecast includes weather data every 3 hours. Yeah, that's the one we wanted. Is that not what we asked for? We asked for data 2.5, so this is... it is 2.5. Data 2.5 slash forecast. Data 2.5 slash forecast. Yeah, that's the one we have access to, so what the hell? Either that or our API key has just not been activated yet. That's what it seems like. Yeah, otherwise I don't know. Damn, that sucks. This would have been a cool little 5-day forecast, but guess not. So let's just so the problem with this was a course cross origin, no access control origin header. So I believe this was just we just have to pass in an object to be honest. Let's do Axios access control origin, and I think we just gotta pass a parameter in. It's actually not. I don't know why it took so much time to just find a different API. I could just stick this in. Yeah, so you could have just done this. Yeah, you just have to pass this in. Sorry guys. Sorry about that. Kind of wasted all our times. So this is, how does this go? How do you actually pass it in? Use. Okay, you gotta put a comma. So you gotta put a comma, and then you gotta put this object called headers. So compile. Headers, I believe, is supposed to go in as an object itself. Yeah, it's supposed to go in the object itself. We are missing a this and a this. So it's a little formatting. And now it should work. Yeah. So I think this was actually just work right now. Let's see. This works. I'm sorry about that whole mix-up. Options, access, of course. Check headers present. No headers present on the requested resource. Maybe I didn't do this right. Let's see again. It's that get, and then you pass in headers. That is how you do it now. Unless something is messed up here. Huh. It's saying instead of saying star, just say true. Maybe that's been changed. Last time I tried it was with a star. Access control, allow origin. Let's try one more time. New York. Access to dark sky forecast from course. Respond to pre-flight request doesn't pass. Headers no header present. Well, it's right there, man. What are you talking about? Well, what are you talking about, man? Proxy target. Let's do it one more time. This seems like the one we should go to. Access control, allow origin. Put, get, delete. Oh man, so much stuff. You don't need all this. I think this one has this has what we need. Yeah, it should just be a star. I don't know why it didn't work. Cross domain true. Okay, let's try this. Maybe this is not right. I think this is the one we're missing. Is my stream working? Did it die? Where's my YouTube? No, we're still on. Okay, good. My computer stopped making noise. I feel like it just stopped working. What is this? Access control, origin. So I just need one more thing here. Yeah, where am I? This is not true. This should just be a star. it a double. What? Let's see. I have no idea what this is. So the object is this, and then this closes, and then this should close now. Hello? Should it close? Wait, what I'm missing? I have the header here. And okay. So this is what's missing. Let's do a little format, and now we are set. So hopefully now it works. Oh my god, any day. Oh, work. New York. Holy. Alright. Has this started working? Okay, this thing freaking works now. Okay. So let's copy this whole thing and forget dark sky. We'll just say dark sky even though it's not dark sky. So in the interest of time, we're going to just hard code the API key, and then latitude is going to change. So this is going to be lat, and then this is going to be lon, just because that's what they say. So we can get location data, and from location data, let's just see the location data real quick, and then we're gonna pull out the latitude and longitude real quick. So this should work. Fuck. Just come on. Oh my god, man. This whole thing wants to just, be a little. Okay, we go to New York, search. We have data. We gotta let's go to the first one, and then we got lat and lon. Perfect. So that means we can do a little deconstruct. So this is inside data.data, or location data.data, and then 0. Okay, let's do that before this thing reloads. Let's do const lat and lon. So we're gonna destructure this. So from location, don't reload on me. Oh my god, data. So we got the 0th ID, and then we got yep, that's it. So console.log lat and then lon. Parsing error, we got a error somewhere. There should be no errors anywhere. So we're deconstructing the latitude and longitude from location data from the first data we get. Let's see. I don't care about that logo error. Come on. New York, and we have numbers. Perfect. So we got latitude, longitude. Now this whole thing will work. This is not Darksky API. This is Open Weather Map API. So yeah, you guys can don't worry about the names. The point is we have successfully. Oh shit, we got. No, what's up with this course stuff? From origin, localhost has been blocked. I think we should add localhost 1000 or 3000 to this. I think I saw it somewhere here. Where did someone put a location URL on it? Someone put it. I seen it somewhere. Maybe this is what we're missing. Let's put a comma and then let's copy and paste that. So yeah, let's give it a space. Cross origin true. This is some stupid ass error, man. The error is pretty much like if we had our backend Express and we just what we need is the basically the course required course and just call it up. Pretty much app.use course. That's pretty much the equivalent error we're getting right now. And the stupid freaking thing won't load up. There we are. Search. Man, this is frustrating. I don't know why it's not working. After adding it, it says some other error. Cool, let's see it. Okay, skip all this. Wow, okay, you know what? We just need the freaking Chrome. Where's the Chrome? What's it called? Chrome, Access Chrome, okay. Chrome plugin access control hours. Yeah, I almost spelled access wrong. Oh, this stupid shit. I think we have it, but it doesn't work. I think I already have this stupid shit. Yeah, this thing's not gonna work. Yeah, this thing's not gonna work. It's garbage ass course origin. Where is it? How do we use it? Is it automatic? Oh, there we go. There we go. We got a C. To response header. Okay, man. All I care about is that it works. Yes, spin, break. That's my favorite thing. New York. Maybe we gotta do it here. What is this? Let's just go here. No, I don't want to test the course. I just want to freaking use it. This is really frustrating. Am I not using that get? That get. Let's see if Google has something. So we need a origin, not a lot origin. It is a lot origin. The star means all, but for some reason that doesn't want to work. So let's just put it. Star should have done the trick, but you know, nothing in life is that simple. You know what? I'm done. This thing is not gonna work. This thing is not gonna work. Stupid course. Allow credentials true. That's the one last thing I'm gonna try. Credentials. Saying allow credentials to be true. No, let's take this thing out too. I have a feeling this will work. I think this is the thing we're missing. If this doesn't work, we have to turn true to a string. Maybe that might work. If not, then I don't know. True. Hurry up. Thank you. Yeah, it works. Just kidding. What the fuck? Okay, I'm missing a couple more things then. Okay, if this doesn't work, then we're going to give up. We're just gonna hardcode some data and then call it a day. Okay, this thing is not gonna work. Okay. So yeah, there you have it, guys. It doesn't want to work. I'm just kidding. You know what? Let's just actually just make a call to a backend, and yeah. So forget all this. Forget I said all that. We're gonna do a get request, and we are just going to call the data in our backend. So somewhere quickly, I just want to start up a backend here. How can I start a backend? Let's just do a little backend. Actually, just create a folder called backend. Backend, and then let's create a app.js or express.js. Server.js, and then we're going to do a little couple things. We're going to cancel this. We're going to npm I express course, and what else? What's the other thing? No, not PG. Yeah, I believe it's just cores and express. So let's quickly import, export, all these stuff. Import. Let's do express is equal to. How do we do this? Require. No, we can just do import. Is that how we did it, or we did module exports? I forget. I think we did this. I think we did const. Const express is equal to require. Isn't that how we do it? Am I messing something up? Besides this. So we're on port 1000, and this is listening. So it's the app.get backslash weather slash. So this is gonna take a request response. That's it. And then we're just going to return JSON. What the hell? Res that JSON. So we're just going to res that JSON. Message working, and then just do console log rec that body was passing in as body, and how do we pass in as body? I think it's just comma. I believe it's just a comma. So this is going to have lat as lat, and then lawn as lawn. So then this is the thing we're calling. So this whole thing actually just goes over here. Server, we are going to put it here. Oh my god, what did I do? Okay, Darksky API, rect.body, const lawn, lat from rect.body. So hopefully you have in our body, and then once we get that, we make the API call. So let's do a app.use course. So if I'm not wrong, that course express dot JSON, and then app.use express dot, what is it, body parser? What the hell is that? What is it called? URL encoded. Extended is false, I believe. And then I'm gonna start the back end. npm start. So we gotta start. Let's go to cd backend, and then we'll do a nodemon hello. We'll do a nodemon server.js. Listening on port 4000, so this little thing is working. We gotta do slash weather, so we have to make a call to weather here. I'll just do darksky URL const darksky URL is equal to, it's just going to equal to http / localhost, and then port 4000 / weather ATHR weather, and we are passing lat longitude so we can get weather data. And this is gonna reply with that, correct? I believe so. So what we need is a sync, async, and then we need Axios here. Axios is equal to require Axios. So where we never actually made the call. Let's make the call. Const data is equal to wait Axios.get and then dark sky. Hello. Dark sky URL. Message working. Data is just equal to data, and all of that should work now. Uncaught promise, dark sky URL, app undefined. So I think it's over here is where it broke. Where did it break? App.js. It's over here, 35. Where's my sync? It's a promise, but it's not sending anything. I never got anything. So never got anything. What happened? It's a get request. I believe nothing ever hit. You unhandled dark sky URL is not defined. Oh, it's not defined. Where? Where is it not defined? On the app.js, dark sky URL. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? It's right there. Dark sky URL, dark sky URL. Open weather, lat, longitude, app ID. From request.body, so we're not getting anything here. What the hell is this? There's no Axios here. Where is the promise rejected? My request body has nothing in it. There's not the request body. Oh wait, you can't do a freaking. You can't do a request body with that. You gotta do a post. Can't do that. You have to do a post. It's not really posting anything, but it just kind of just need that. I believe there's some other problem here. It's a promise. Circular structures is JSON. What the fudge? So it's a server problem. Did I not do this right? Oh, this thing. Data.data. Yeah, I believe that's the problem. Cool. And we're getting something. We're getting something. Hey, we're getting something. So what are we supposed to get? Okay. All this is finally over with. Let's see. Oh my god, man, it's so slow. Oh my god, so fucking slow. So API, any day now. 5-day. Let's see. What am I supposed to get? I'm supposed to get this. And this gives us what? What does it give us? Gives us a. What does it give us? all weather that can be obtained weather map. So what does it give you? List city backend. Okay. So negative should be New York. Somewhere in New York. Ditch Plains, country US, cool. City, yep. List 7 items. What is this? DST. So I'm guessing that's the date. 118, and this should be 119. Nope. It's every 3 hours. So 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock. Cool. Every 3 hours. So 40 items. So this is going to be every 3 hours. So 3 divided by 24. It's what is that? That's 8. So every 8, and so 5 days. Okay, yeah, perfect. It works out perfectly. So 40 items. There is 5. So we're gonna loop through it and get every. Okay, yeah. Let's just go through it. So everything's working now. Cool. We set up a backend, or we had to set up a backend real quick for this thing to work. Console log weather data. This is the weather data. So now what we need is let's see how this object is structured. So it's object with data.data. You gotta go inside data, and then from there you gotta have all this. So this will give you city. This will give you New York City. So I don't want this server to just crash on me or just update, because every time you type, it refreshes. So I don't want that to happen. So we want to pass down all this stuff into our display, weather display. So let's kind of open that up real quick. Weather. So we're gonna have a weather display. We're gonna pass a lot of stuff down as props, and then we're gonna use it here. So we are almost done. Hopefully we're almost done. So we're going to have to put. Let's put city. Let's put city as blank, and then put what else do we need? Let's just get the name of the city, and then can we just get the time or the day or something? Where was that? We don't need population. We just need to go to the list, and then we are going to get array of these. So we got to go to data.list, right? Data.city, and then data.list. So let's just get that. Where is this? Weather data. So we're going to do const city. You're going to do a little bit of the structuring. So data, and then now we have access to all the stuff in there. So let's do let's do city first, and then we'll do a list. So the two things we need is a list and city, and let's console log that city, and then console log list, and we are going to get the list and city. So from city we need city.name, so we are going to do city.name. So we're going to change the state to set state. We're going to do this, not this, city is equal to city dot name. So we're updating the city. So we're updating city here to be whatever city name we get. So we will see that in the components, and then we'll get list forecasts. So we gotta clear up the forecast, and this is going to be an array of forecasts. Actually, we're going to make the array up top here. So once we get the list, we need a little function here. We got to do list.map. Let's do a map. Let's do a forecast. So the reason I'm doing a map here is because you want to, for every it says 40 items here, and if you do the math, every 3 hours, that means every 24 hours, it's after every 8th call. So after every 8th index. So we're going to do a little bit of index. Let's not even do a map. Let's do a simple for loop. let for, I think this is the const for cast is equal to array. Let's do a simple for loop. Let I is equal to, I don't think you guys, might have been a long time since you guys seen this. List dot length I plus plus. This should be together, not I plus plus. This should actually be I plus. Let's do 7 index. Index wise, I think it makes sense. Let's open this up real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So every eighth. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So plus 8 will give you 8. Yeah, that works. And then we're gonna do a simple forecast dot push. So we're going to push in list at index I. So we're going to push up the 0th index, and then the 8th index, and then the 16th, 24, 32, 40. So that way we get simple 5-day. Whatever time that is, but we'll get like a simple 5-day-ish. A little bit of bootleg, but yeah, that's fine for now. So we're going to set up update the states, and yep, this thing, all this should just work. npm start. So let's wait for this thing to start, and then we'll check the components, and everything should get updated. And then after this, we are going to have like a conditional. I'll show you guys how to do a conditional loading. So the weather display, we're going to load it only on a condition. Data is not defined. Where is that? 45. Data. Oh, it's called weather data. WEAT weather data. Okay, be gone. Error be gone. Okay, while that's working, I'll be right back, guys. Just give me a minute. Alright guys, I'm back. Stream is still running. Yes, we're still good. We've been going good for a couple of... How long have we been going good for? Almost 2 hours. Holy shit. Okay, let's work, and let's see everything working. Data is not defined. What the hell? What do you mean? What do you mean it's not defined? We just saw it. Weather data dot data. Weather data dot data dot data. Oh my god, you got the data dot data. Holy snaps. Okay, this is gonna work for sure. If it doesn't, I'm closing the stream. Haha. Come on, man. Hurry up. New York. Yes. We have 40. Good. Check the components. And component doesn't want to load. Come on, components. Load. Low. Need app. Low. Reset. What the hell? Components, man. This thing is lagging. Where's the components? Oh my god, where's the components? What the hell? Seriously, where are the components? Okay, let me just close it. Maybe that's the problem. Close it. Hard refresh. Wow, sorry, I made this way too complicated, guys. Sorry. On A, New York search, and A, we got forecast. Let's see, expand. We can't expand. Look, we have 5 things, which is pretty much like 5 days. And then everything feels like 259. What the hell? What are you talking about? Is this for real? This must be in Kelvin? What? This is not in Fahrenheit or Celsius. What am I looking at? Oh, that's the clouds. No, what is that? That's the main. What the hell? Feels like 259 what? What is this thing coming in? What are you coming in? Is this in... What is this conversion? What min-max temperature? Oh, list of condition shows. Oh, unit formats. Let's see. So it is coming in Kelvin. Yeah. So give me regular. Fahrenheit units imperial. Okay, I'm missing one thing here. Server. Units imperial. Okay, let's try that one more time. And then feels like 6.84. Okay, that seems more like it. Not really. But actually, maybe, yeah. It feels like 6.4. Yeah, this seems actually accurate. It's brick today. Tomorrow feels like 27. And then 1/20, so today is 17. Okay, when is this? This is tomorrow? Oh, this is for tomorrow. Okay, tomorrow's cold. This is kind of true. Feels like 6 degrees. Okay, this whole week is cold. Let's just keep it at that. So now we have the 5 forecast, which is kind of messy, but we're gonna pass that. So this is kind of actually like in midnight of each day, so it's not that accurate, but so it's definitely gonna be cold. So now we're gonna pass that to the weather display. We can close the server. It's working. It's finally working. Let's close the test. Set state forecast. So now we can do a little conditioning, conditional rendering. So the condition is let's do loaded. Whether loaded or just loaded. Initially it's false. So after we actually load the data, we want to change the loaded to true. And then we're only going to display the weather if this. Actually, we have this state already, so let's just use that loaded, and then we can just do loaded, which is right now a true or false. Right now it's false, and we are going to do we could just write null, and it's going to pass in nothing. So this is called conditional rendering, and the way you do that is you put it inside curly braces. So this is basically, if this is true, do this, else do this. Excuse me. And let's see. So this weather display only displays once loaded is true, and when loaded is set true, we will have access to all the forecasts. So then we can pass in forecasts is equal to forecasts, which we are going to deconstruct again. Forecasts. Come on, this thing is too slow. Okay, that's gonna work, and don't worry about that. So we are also gonna pass in the city is equal to city, and then we gotta put city here as well. And this is going to work for sure. Yep, just refresh the app. As soon as this load up, we will not see the word cold anymore, because loaded is false right now, so we will not see that display. And once we actually make this search, it's going to change to true, so then this will actually display. So that's called conditional rendering. So let's do New York, and then now we're going to see the cold display right here. There we go. Okay, now we know that that's working, so let's go ahead and work with that. So this is going to show let's do a h3. This will hold props.city. This will just show the name of the city, and then here in weather we're going to pass in, we're not going to pass in, we're actually going to do a little bit of loop. Not a little bit of loop, we're going to do a lot of loop. Well, we are going to loop, and then we're going to loop through every forecast. Actually, it's called props.forecasts and .map, and then we're going to just do a x, and then we're going to return weather closed, and then we're going to pass in x is equal to x. So right now this is just, we're passing it in, and we're going to render this, but for now it's just going to show 5 colds, because we actually have not configured the weather component yet. So that will be next step. Do you want to show up? Oh, there we go. So now this is actually taken in props. So before I change that, let's just see this working. So New York. There we go. We showed 5 because remember I showed you guys the 5 arrays that we're getting, the 5-day forecast. Kind of bootleg, but we're doing like a 5-day forecast. So yep, this only showed once the condition true was met for loaded. Okay. So now we are passing in x. That's the name of the props. So let's change here. Props. So now we have access to the props. Let's just do. What do you gotta do? Let's do a paragraph. Let's do a couple paragraphs, and it feels like, and then now it's just a simple props dot x. Props to x dot something. I don't remember what the object looks like. Let's see what the object looks like. Hopefully it shows. Shouldn't even show this. It's not gonna work. It's gonna break. So now it's gonna work. Now it's gonna break. Cool. All we care about is let's go to components. Doesn't want to show. Perfect. So we're gonna open this up. Just gonna see what the weather looks like. We are passing in all this stuff. So feels like is x dot feels like. So let's actually close this so we can use the object and just work with it. Feels like feels like. Let's do min max. Min. Start with the max first. Props x. So we gotta keep doing props at x. So we could just we could destructure it, but forget it. Let's do max. Let's put a little bar over there. Props dot x dot temp dot max. So in here we have min and max. We have feels like. Min max temperature, which is pretty much minimum pressure, sea level, ground level, my bad. Humidity, yeah, you guys get the gist. Just get description cloudy. Let's do main and then clouds, scattered clouds. So let's do another one. Props dot x dot. So this is the wait, this will not work. This will not work because all that stuff is inside weather and is inside main. So we'll do weather, and this is a array 1 item. So now we gotta do that main. And let's copy this whole thing. And then we'll do like a little dash, and then instead of main we'll do description. So I'm going kind of fast with this, but you guys can go a little bit slower if you guys are not sure where it is located. So I just gotta update all this to main, and then now we have description and this. We have main and the description. So we're good with that. What else do we need? Wind speed. Sure, why not? Wind speed is equal to props dot x dot weather. No, it's not weather. It's wind. Wind dot speed. Oh, so guys, we are looping through all the forecasts. So the 5 arrays, and each of the arrays holds an object, which is like this, and we are passing the object down to the weather component as a prop, and then in the weather component we are using that prop, which is just each of these things, and we're going inside the props data, and then we are getting the data that we need from that. So now let's actually see this work. I should put a little styling on it. Okay, yeah, after this we'll put a little styling on it, and then we could throw an image on it as well. Oh, I can show you guys how to do like an image. Actually, I forgot the image. This is already way too long. How long have we been going for? 2 hours. Wow. Alright guys, hopefully you guys learned something. We wasted time on figuring out the API, but in the end we got something. We actually got an API to work. Technically I could have gotten the first API to work. I could just get the first API to work with the server that we created. But yeah, whatever. Hey, where is the error? What's the error? Okay, maybe I didn't go inside the thing properly. Oh no, I did. I just spelled this one thing wrong. spelling errors. Yeah, there should not be any more errors then. Let's see New York's weather. Oh, look at that. We're getting an error saying child. What we need is the date. We're missing the date. I don't know what day it is. Or what date it is, I mean. Is that component going to show up? Okay, yeah, now it's going to show up. Array. Let's see how this object is structured. Where's the date? DT, I believe that's the date. Oh, never mind. The DT text is right there. So we're going to do a little split on the space. So for that, do I want to stop the server? How is this thing structured? I think it's just x.date. So we will put in the date up top. And yeah. So the props.x.dt underscore txt. So let's change things up real quick. So date, this is going to be date, and then we are going to split it. We're going to split it by a space. Don't render on me, and then we are going to just the 0th index of that. So we're splitting it by space, so this will give us 1 and then 2 elements. So we're just getting the first, which is the date. Come on, man. And voila. We have tomorrow, which is going to be brick. Well, keep in mind this is at 3 in the morning, 3 a.m. So, yeah. And then this is the day after tomorrow. Sunday, light rain, broken clouds. I don't know what that is. Clear clouds, clear sky. Cool. Alright, since this thing is done, we could just close this. Now we can just do a little bit of styling. How should we do the styling? So since everything has like a class name, we can just go class name, and then from there we can just kind of like choose the element, I guess. So for every weather, we're going to, I think this will work. Let's see it. Is it capital? It's not. There. Color red. So this should change all the text now. I don't know why it's re-rendering everything. It's just CSS. Maybe it doesn't work like that. Probably just have to import it on every line. I mean, on every file. I don't think you need to, but I think I commented it out. That's what happened. Did I comment it out? No, I didn't. Let's just see if you put it here, this will work. This is in // New York. Okay, color doesn't show up. Okay. Weather is the weather. Color is red. I don't know. Maybe I gotta do color P. All the paragraphs inside weather, yeah. No. Let's give it a border of 1 pixel, solid, black. Do you want to change? Doesn't want to change. Let's put it inline style. Color red. Any day now. I don't know why it didn't work. Import app.css. Yo, what is this, man? Okay, now it works. I'm not sure why this didn't work. Weather border black. This whole div should have gotten the weather. W-E-A-T-H-U-R. W-E-A-T-H-U-R. Is it the capital? Is it the capital? Why do I think it's the capital? It's not the capital. Okay, that's weird. I don't know why the CSS is not rendering. Border. I'll just copy this whole thing and then see what happens. Okay, so this will work, but I'm not sure why the CSS file didn't work. But yeah, guys, that's sort of how you do this. Just put a comma on it, padding, give it like 5 pixels. And then this should look a little bit nicer. It's not padding, it's margin. Only margin. Excuse me. So I was doing New York. And cool, it's gonna give you a little bit of a padded location thing. And let's try California. So this should give us totally different weather. It's 40, 50. Just keep in mind that this is, well, Cali's cold too right now. What should be hot? Australia? Yeah, definitely. Yeah, Australia's hot right now. Just for fun, see what Iran is like. Damn, Iran is cold as hell. Canada? It should be colder. Holy shit, it's in the negatives. Texas. So yeah, as you guys see, we are making network requests. We're using 2 APIs and they work seamlessly, except for that course error we had. So we had to just fire up a backend and then we got it to work. So this is actually given the city name. So this is given an approximation of just the first search. So it's not like an exact location, but it's pretty good approximation. It's the Queens. This is the Queens. See what that gives us. Inwood. I don't know what that is. Let's try Woodside. Woodside. Okay, I'm not sure what this even is. Somewhere predictable. Egypt. That should be hot. Never mind. New York it is. Cool. No cloudy, rainy, cloudy, clear. It's cold as hell, but what can you do? And it's windy too. Okay. Alright, guys, we are done with this stupid API. CSS. I'm not sure why it's not working, but that's for you guys. That's for you guys to figure out. And yeah, if that doesn't work, just put an inline style. The style is equal to, and then put two curly braces, and then just write regular CSS. One more thing you can do to this is you can just pull it out, and so you can cut and paste that. And you can do like const a is equal to just the object, and then from here you can just pass in a, and then this will pretty much just put that in here, literally. And this is pretty much the same thing as what we had earlier. So let's just see that in action. So when should you do this? When if you have a lot of styling and you don't want to just have like a huge long line, one long line. So any day now, render. Easy. Search location, New York. Yeah, what are you doing? Oh yeah, so you guys can see the style still works the same way. So I think this is a cleaner way of doing it than just putting everything in here. So there you go. I hope you guys learned something from it. If you guys are confused or more confused, I'm sorry. If you guys got a little bit of knowledge, that's awesome. And yeah, I didn't really explain too much. This got stuck too much on the API, but as you can see, as you guys saw, that sometimes you just need to do a little bit of googling, and if that doesn't work, just go to what you know, which is the startable server. Yeah, so we're done here. A couple of things I would say is instead of having a huge function like this, you could just make it into two separate functions and just call it here. And yeah, a little bit of conditional writing, just like one conditional rendering. So this is a simple conditional rendering. Just put a loaded true or false. You can make it as complex as you guys want, but yeah. For the assessment, I don't think you guys need anything crazy. Something like this is fine if you were to do a conditional rendering. And we saw a lot of object destructuring. So hopefully you guys saw how I was destructuring the objects. It's really not that simple. I mean, it's really not that hard. It's sort of simple. You just gotta know what location you're at, and then like kind of just not go into it. But before you go into it, just keep it there. Park your car there, and then get out the car. It's like, yeah, pretty much like that. You park your car and then you throw everything out that you don't need, which is yourself. And you saw that I was just manipulating an array. So with the data you get, you can always manipulate it before you change the state. That's always allowed. And what else? And you guys saw me do a destructuring inside the render function, which is right before the return. So this is valid. If you put this right inside the return, it's not valid. And yeah, if you guys need state, turn it into a class. If not, you can just keep it as a function like this, a const arrow function. It's perfectly fine. And in here, you can always write functions if you want to, but I'm sure you guys know that. And yeah, we're pretty much done with the app. So I hope you guys kind of enjoyed it. If you guys fell asleep, good night. And yeah, I think I'm gonna end that. See you guys tomorrow or whenever.